Now, your ears have two unique functions, which firstly and foremost is for you to be able to hear. So it could detect sound waves and send them as nerve impulses to the brain for your brain to generate a sensation of hearing. But it's also responsible for your balance. It detects your position and movement of your head with regards to gravity to give you that balance so that you don't topple over. So the first thing we're going to look at is how we hear. And then we're going to look at after that how we are able to maintain our balance. So that outer part of your ear that is the cartilage part of the ear that we see outside, right? That is what we call the pinna. And the pinna is shaped like a cone so that it can collect and direct sound waves into the actual ear itself. Hence the type of shape that it has, right? Hence that particular shape, right? Now, in the ear canal, this is where your sound waves are going to pass, right? It also secretes a little bit of wax as well to trap any dust and germs that might be in the ear so it does not clog the ear. Then now these sound waves will cause your eardrum to vibrate. Your eardrum is a tough membrane that protects the inner ear. It is very easy to rupture this membrane if you stick in things into the ear to clean the ear and also with loud noises. It could heal, yes, depending on the rupture, but sometimes the damage is irreparable. Right behind the eardrum, you have these three tiny ear bones or ear ossicles known as the stapes, the incus, and the malleus. The purpose of these bones is to amplify the size of the vibration from the ear canal when it rocks against the eardrum. So when it amplifies it, it makes it bigger to create a bigger electrical impulse. The vibration then reaches this location here, which is known as the oval window. In the oval window, there is fluid in the ear. So it will transmit the vibrations into the fluid in the ear, which is known as the perilymph. And the perilymph is inside of this region here, known as the cochlea. Inside of the cochlea, it have these kind of hair-like structures that are embedded in a plate of jelly. So when the vibration is large and it come to this part now, the hair is going to rock back and forth. And when they're rocking back and forth now, they're going to generate an electrical impulse, right? Tell me if we okay there so far. All right. So we reach the cochlea, the eardrum, the airwave, the vibrating, the perilymph causing them hair cells to rock back and forth. Nice electrical impulses are generated and it's carried through the auditory nerve to the brain so that the brain could give you that sensation of hearing, right? Now, depending on where them hair cells are, in different parts of the cochlea, it could generate different types of vibrations. The ones closer to the oval window, right, like right here, these in this region will actually be sensitive and pick up high frequency sounds. And ones that are further away, which is more deeper into the ear, that is able to pick up low frequency sounds, such as bass. So you just feel it more here. That's why if somebody's screaming in your ears right here, does really hurt, like really, really hurt. And it's feely pain right here. But like bass is found is actually feely sensation more inside the deeper ear itself. Any questions there so far? No? All right. So let me talk about balance now. So in your ear, there are three semicircular canals, 1, 2, 3, that are sensitive to the movements in your head. And these three semicircular canals are filled with two air fluids, perilymph and endolymph. At the ends of each one of them, you're seeing a kind of indentation. There's a swelling that has hair cells in them as well. You know, if you spin wrong and wrong, wrong and wrong in a circle, you just get dizzy and you might fall over. Anybody, I mean, growing up, we do stupid things. So I'm sure at some point in time when you were small, you go on wrong and wrong, wrong in a circle until you fall down. And that was a big joke, right? Sometimes when you're in a car and you're looking at your phone and you watch up, you start to feel a bit disoriented. You start to feel dizzy, right? Anybody ever, anybody here have motion sickness? Anybody? Yes, Shanice, you have it, Tamara. Nice. So I'll explain why that has happened here, right? When your head moves, right? Those jellies with the hair cells in this region, they send impulses to the brain, right? So it will compare the impulses from each one of these canals and tell how your head is moving to keep your balance. But it uses the information from your eyes as well to process it, right? So when it is in a moving vehicle, right, and you're watching something that's not moving, like for instance, your phone, or you're watching something that's fixed in one position, but the car is moving, right? The messages from your eyes not lining up with the messages from your ears. And as a result, you get that motion sickness feeling. So you tend to feel like you want to throw up. So you tend to find that persons who have motion sickness don't like to sit in the back seat of the car because the eye is not registering fast enough how the car is moving. So they tend to have that experience, especially on boats as well. Because your body moving, the boat moving, but you're not feeling like you're moving or your eyes not matching with the movement. And that's why you tend to have that happening. It's the same thing as well when you're spinning in a circle, right? When you're spinning, your fluid in your ear is going faster than the messages are wrong in your, with the eyes. And because they're not lining up and your head can't detect where, your ears can't detect where your head at with regards to gravity, is why you tend to feel dizzy and you pass out. So not only is your ear responsible for your hearing, but it is responsible for your vision. Tell me if all you're good there so far. Nice. Good. So I want you to take down this bit of information here from us first before we move on to talking about the air pressure and how we can regulate the air pressure with regards to the eardrum. Let me know when you're finished here. Hold on, guys, 1 second. Okay, guys, so that will be it for today. I will post the balance of this note for you, and we'll talk about the air pressure in the next class. And we had to do coordination and response and plans, right? That is it for today. I'll see you all again next week. Please, God. Bye, everybody.